Have you ever experienced this situation? You walked the same trail just last week, and the elevation data on your watch looked perfectly fine. But today, while hiking the same route, the elevation readings suddenly seem inaccurate. Or have you noticed that when the weather is about to change, the barometric pressure graph on your watch drops rapidly? The key to these behaviors lies inside your device. In a sensor called the barometric altimeter, it not only measures elevation changes during activities, but also displays trends in weather changes. To obtain reliable elevation data, one important requirement is selecting the correct sensor mode and calibration method. Let's take a moment to talk in more detail about this highly precise sensor, the barometric altimeter. Garmin watches and handheld devices use a commonly used diaphragm-based barometer. As the name suggests, a thin diaphragm is built into the sensor. As ambient air pressure changes, the diaphragm flexes upward or downward due to pressure differences. When paired with a capacitive element, the software detects subtle electrical changes to calculate ambient air pressure, which is then converted into elevation data. When combined with a temperature sensor, measurement accuracy can be further improved. Barometric data can also assist GPS to improve positioning speed and accuracy in urban areas. So now we know the barometric altimeter measures air pressure first and then converts it to elevation. It does not measure elevation directly. The second key point is that measured air pressure can be used to observe weather trends. As elevation increases, air pressure decreases. Conversely, if you remain stationary and air pressure changes while elevation remains the same, you can check the upcoming weather forecast. Now that we understand how the barometric altimeter works, let's look at how to use it effectively. Using a watch as an example, enter the altimeter widget, select Settings, then open Sensor Mode. You will see three options: Auto, Altimeter Only, and Barometer Only. Auto mode allows the watch to switch automatically between elevation and weather-based pressure detection. This is the default factory setting. If your routine includes walking or running commutes, public transportation, or stair climbing, especially in busy urban environments, Auto mode is the recommended choice. You do not need to worry about weather conditions or how much elevation change occurs while moving. Next is Altimeter Only mode. Regardless of weather conditions, this mode disables weather tracking and focuses solely on measuring elevation changes. This mode is ideal for hiking, trail running, or activities with significant elevation change. The final option is Barometer Only mode. If you plan to stay in one place, such as camping, and your elevation remains constant, you can select this mode to disable the altimeter and allow the barometer to monitor pressure trends. This mode is suitable for camping or activities on completely flat terrain. Now that we have covered when to use each mode, let's move on to a more important topic: calibration. Why is calibration necessary? Because both elevation and weather conditions are directly related to air pressure. When weather changes rapidly, such as after swimming or exiting an underground parking area, elevation readings may drift. In these cases, calibration helps improve accuracy. There are two ways to calibrate the altimeter. The first is auto calibration. This allows the watch to calibrate itself using satellite elevation data. If you frequently spend time outdoors, simply enable auto calibration. The second option is enter manually. You can manually enter elevation values, use DEM data, or calibrate using GPS elevation. All three methods are effective. Choose whichever is most convenient. So when is the best time to manually calibrate elevation? When moving from a warm indoor environment to cooler outdoor conditions, after long-distance travel or reaching a known elevation point, when arriving at your destination during international travel, after exiting the water, whether from a pool or open water, or when recent weather changes cause unreasonable elevation readings. Finally, let's review the key points. First, the barometric altimeter measures air pressure first, then converts it into elevation data. Second, if you prefer convenience, choose auto mode and let the watch decide which sensor mode to use. Third, for hiking, trail running, or routes with significant elevation change, use altimeter only mode. Fourth, if you remain in one location for an extended period or move only on flat terrain, use barometer only mode to observe pressure trends, including signs of approaching storms or typhoons. We hope this explanation helps you better understand how to use the barometric altimeter. Thank you for watching.